peacefully. All too soon, the time came to leave the United States and to fly on northwards to Canada. An aircraft of the Royal Canadian Air Force had been provided for the journey by Transport Command. His Imperial Majesty's return to the New World had been a triumphant success. Many affairs of state had been discussed and agreements made of lasting advantage both to America and to Ethiopia. But now, it was farewell. The Emperor's immediate destination was Ottawa, the seat of government and the capital of Canada since 1858. His plane arrived at the Uplands Air Force Base. Peace, where once there threatened war. In 1963, he visited many lands. The book of...
Aye. Selassie the first. Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, we give thanks for the footage of His Majesty's visit to the United States during the time of Kennedy. And as you see, according to the documentary, Kennedy was assassinated a couple of weeks after His Majesty's visitation to the United States. Aye. Selassie the first. And I as Rastafari Rising, we make it a point to put out these information and to put out these film documentation, because a lot of people seem like they can just go through a whole school and go through college and don't even seem like they know nothing about this type of thing. And black people, you see a lot of black people always, a lot of older generation anyway, used to always have John F. Kennedy picture on the wall. What they used to have on the wall? John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Jesus Christ, right? That was those old generation. The old generation used to always have those three pictures on the wall. Yeah, man, sure, man. Right? Kennedy, King and Jesus, Martin Luther King, and Jesus Christ, right? Yeah. So now, a lot of black people now probably never even know His Majesty come and deal with Kennedy. And not only Kennedy, but many of the other world leaders. Because His Majesty espouses personal diplomacy, you see, as opposed to resorting to war and this type of thing. Now, His Majesty, as I said, came to America many times. And after this visitation, you know, Kennedy got shot, got assassinated. So His Majesty came again. And this is the speech that His Majesty gave at the White House to President Johnson, who was there, who was vice president. He was vice president when Kennedy was president. Glory to word, sound, and power. His Majesty says, Mr. President, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Johnson, distinguished guests, first of all, Mr. President, I wish to state my satisfaction of the fact that you have recovered as spiritedly from your recent difficulties with your health. It's nice to see you in the state that I find you today. Each generation thinks that the situation it faces is the most serious one, the most difficult among those which were faced by generations of the past. However, this may be true today. I believe when we say that the task of this generation is burdensome, we mean it. Because of the progress of mankind has achieved, and because of the difficulties that are at times part and parcel of the progress and prosperity, we find ourselves at a crossroad where we might make the world safe for our future generations, or we might all perish together. The friendship between the United States and Ethiopia is long and standing. Our association in the past many decades, I hope, has been fruitful for both our peoples, because the United States and Ethiopia believe in the same fundamental, essential goals. It is necessary that we should put forth our efforts together so that we may make a maximum contribution for the safety, happiness, and prosperity of generations to come. In our discussions, Mr. President, I hope we will have the occasion to consider certain questions of mutual concern. Exchanging views in frank and open manner and arriving, I am confident, at a consensus of understanding. I believe that these are not confined to our times, and that leaders must come from time to time, come together and face each other and discuss problems they share in common. It is not enough that we deal through diplomatic channels. Mr. President, I know of the hard work that you have in your country, and I know of the immense responsibility you carry for the safety of mankind. For the maintenance of peace, I know also of your splendid effort in maintaining national peace and security. I am glad under the circumstances that you are able to consider my coming to the United States for the purpose of dealing with matters of mutual interest. Ethiopia and Ethiopians are laboring today not only for peace and prosperity of our people, but also realizing the fundamental common interests which we share with each other, African people. We have dedicated ourselves to building a united and more prosperous Africa. We have found that that interest that affects Africa affects also Ethiopia and vice versa. Because our destiny with the African continent is a common destiny. We have put up a common effort to see that the continent's interests are protected. As it is well known, the Organization of African Unity was established in Addis Ababa. I believe this organization has made a good beginning in the interests of all of the African people. I hope, Mr. President, during our private conversations, I will have an opportunity of exchanging views with you about matters of mutual concern, as well as matters that relate to the Organization of African Unity. Let me say again that I am glad to be here in the United States today, and I pray that our decisions or discussions will bear fruit. Thank you. And this was February 13th, 1967. February 13th.